Hello, everybody. Welcome back. This is episode 13, big 13, big 1-3 of Are You Sick of Me Yet podcast. Are you sick of me yet? Your host, Simon Castellon. I hope not, because today's going to be a fun episode. I have a lot planned to talk about, which is super cool. And yeah, I'm recording on a Monday. I seem to be recording later and later lately because I'm a busy man. But, tired. It is thundering where I live right now, which, I love. I love thunderstorms, but it's not so great for recording. But I closed my window, so hopefully can't hear it. And if you can, enjoy it. Pretend it's like ASMR. Yeah, what have I been doing? What have I been up to in the past week? I started going back to therapy again. This is not sponsored by BetterHelp. Hey, BetterHelp, did you hear that? I do therapy. I'm in therapy. I talk about my feelings. Which was fun. I found this chai tea concentrate that I absolutely devour because it takes so long or chai tea, that's embarrassing. Chai. I just find chai takes so long to brew, and I like my teas cold. So not only do I have to brew it and then refrigerate it until it's cold enough to not be watered down by ice. But there's this chai concentrate that you just pour in with some milk and stuff and just make a iced chai latte right then and there. And it's so hard to find. I got it at, not Trader Joe's, that's American, Farm Boy. And then it's so expensive there and far away from me, so why would I continue to go to Farm Boy to get it? And then I went to Costco and I found a 3-pack, which was awesome. So I got the 3-pack, and then I ran out, and then Costco stopped carrying it, and they started carrying the passion fruit version. I think it's called, Tazo or something, is the brand. And then the passion fruit one was okay. It was yummy. Or not passion fruit, hibiscus, sorry. But I'm not a huge hibiscus fan. And then my mom went to Tennessee, and she got pumpkins. Ooh, thunder. She got pumpkin spice concentrate, and that slapped so good. She also got matcha. That slapped a lot less. Tasted very fruity, not so matcha-y, and also just straight up iced tea. But Americans don't know how to make iced tea, and it just tasted like ass. So, pumpkin spice is the best, then matcha, and then I guess the hibiscus one. But yeah, so I was at the grocery store the other day for Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day, you guys. I love Mother's Day because everybody's posting their hot moms on their Instagram stories. So, happy Mother's Day to me, more like happy day. And I can't wait for Father's Day. But, Mother's Day comes around, so I'm like, okay, well, I gotta go get stuff for my mom. My go-to is just tea. I always get, if I run out of options, tea in a mug. But we have so many mugs that I was like, okay, I'll just get her some tea. And, I'm looking at, she likes bedtime tea, so I'm like, okay, I'm looking at, decaf, sleepy time tea. But David's tea at the store is, $10 for a tiny box. I was like, that's absurd. And then I look down, and I see the gross matcha, and then I see the less gross passion fruit. I was like, oh, shit. So I get down on my knees, and I look under the shelf, and there, all the way at the back, was, 3 things of, the chai. So I grabbed 2 of them, one for herself, one for me. Because I had a bunch of other stuff in my car, and I really didn't need to buy 3 at the time, because that would have sent me over budget. So that was awesome. And I had some this morning. It slapped. With some tiny ice cubes. Because I love tiny ice cubes. And I've started to, really enjoy chewing on ice, which I know isn't the best for your teeth, but, I couldn't do it before. I have really sensitive teeth, and chewing on ice, it, hurt. But if the pieces are just tiny enough, crunch, love it. I love ice. I love chewing on ice. I love sucking on ice. It's so good. What else? What else? What else did I do? I just worked all weekend mostly. Um, Speaking of work, um, I work in an area where there's like a lot of children, and I'm very awkward when it comes to customer service. I'm not good at it. Like, it doesn't come to me naturally. I work in the back though, so I don't have to work with people, which is great. But like I watch my coworkers like communicating with people at the front desk, and I'm like, Jesus. Like, I wish I could do that. I wish I could just laugh at people's jokes as naturally as you do. But I encounter a lot of children. They want to push the books back on the shelves when we're moving them forward, and carry stuff around and wheelchairs around and play Roblox. Kids were doxing each other on Roblox at work the other day, and I had to bite my tongue, and instead of being like, hey, maybe don't tell everybody what your name and address is, I just had to, okay. I have no control over what you do. If somebody shows up at your house, that's on you. But, anyways, I work with a lot of children, and I don't know if this is like a regular child or baby thing, or if this is just with newer generations, but they stare a lot. Like, I'll try to talk to them, and they'll just stare at me. Like, I was talking to this one kid. She's, like, waiting for her dad to come out of the bathroom. And she had on these fun little pink shoes, and she's standing right next to me, kind of, like, looking at me because I'm working next to her. So I was like, okay. I probably look kind of scary. So I was like, hi, like, I like your shoes. Nothing. Just staring back. Just staring at me. And I'm like, okay. Jesus. You could say, thank you. Or smile at me. Nope. Just. And then yesterday, a baby's running away. And we have a lot of protocols on kidnapping and stuff. So I'm like, hey, bud, like, where's your mom? Like, let's go back to your mom. Just staring. And I'm like, okay, like, come on, let's walk back to the kids' area. I'm like, oh, God, why are you looking at me? Stop looking at me. And he's walking away and he's staring at me. Like, why don't your children, I guess, like, stranger danger, but, like, why aren't you guys, like, talking? If I was a kid and somebody said they like my shoes, I'm going off on them. I was such an attention whore as a kid. If you say that to me, I'm like, thank you. I got them from Gap Kids. This is my shoe size. This is my name. How are you? Like, why don't children communicate anymore? I was at Chick-fil-A. Well, today. I was at Chick-fil-A today. But, like, a couple weeks ago. And I'm in the store. And this girl's got this massive iPad. I didn't even know they made iPads that big. And she's sitting across from me. So I'm, like, in a booth. And then there's somebody, like, my brother's across from me in the booth. And then she's in the next booth over, sitting with her back to us. So we could see what's going on the big screen TV. She's just watching TV. And she's there with her grandma. And her grandma's like, hi, honey. Like, why don't you put the iPad away while we eat? No, thank you. Okay, well, do you want to... Let's put it away. Let's talk. I already talked to you. Girl, are you serious right now? Have a talk with your grandma. You learn a thing or two. And grandma, why are you letting your kid talk to you like that and play with their iPad in public? Like, ugh. Like, I didn't really have iPads as a kid. Like, when I was a kid, they didn't really have iPads as much as they do now. And, like, when I was, like, I don't know. Whenever Minecraft came out, I got a tablet, like, Pocket Edition. And I just play Minecraft on my tablet all the time. But, like, oh my God, iPad kids piss me off. Children in general nowadays, they're just so rude. And, like, I don't know. But I also can't tell the age of people anymore because, like, people are, like, I don't know, developing slower physically or something. Like, a kid will be, like, 14 and they'll look like they're 2. Like, it's insane. Like, I'm on the bus the other day and these kids are talking about, the library where I work. And they're old enough to be saying fuck. Like, they're like, oh, look at this fucking guy. Look at this fucking guy. What's this fucking... And then they say library. How are you going to be old enough to say fuck but not old enough to pronounce library? Like, excuse me? Oh my God. I'm so scared of children. Anywho, I'm going into an industry where I work with children, and I would like to have a child in the future, but they scare me. They scare the heebie-jeebies out of me. They're so weird. Like, we just need people to read again. Can we get people to read books again? Like, I'm checking in a book, and I'm checking in Harry Potter. It's like this thick. I read that in the 5th grade. I can't even get through, like, this thick of a book anymore. Like, social media and phones have completely ruined attention span. I'm still going to go on my phone, but, like, I'll go on and acknowledge that it's not healthy for me to be sitting in my bed just, like, scrolling through TikTok. Instead, I should be up reading books. But books just aren't written the same as they used to be, man. They're not as good. But, speaking of TikTok, I do not have a TikTok meme of the week for you guys. I am sorry. But we do have TikTok drama. What? So, if you are on the side of TikTok right now, where people are mad at Haleyybaylee, or Haley Khalil, I think her name is, a lot of people are confused about why she's mad at her. And I wasn't really going to talk about this, because I was like, I'm not going to do political stuff on my podcast, because it's for shits and giggles. But, like, it's to the point that, like, I have a platform. Why not use it? Because a lot of other people aren't, because they're stupid and people are getting mad at them. So I'm using my platform to talk about things. So right now I'm going to talk about why people are mad at Haleyybaylee, Haley Khalil. I googled it, and because I was like, ain't no way this girl's name is Haleyybaylee. We got Haleyybaylee, but Haleyybaylee spelled Hayleybaylee or something. I was like, ain't no way that's her name. That's insane. It's not. Her name was Haley O'Brien, and then she got married. She was married to a football player, and then they got divorced like 2 years ago. I was like, what? Jesus Christ. How old is this person? I thought she was like 18. She's like 24 or something. Actually, let me double check that. Let me fact check something that a lot of people need to start learning how to do. Khalil. Oh, it's Haley. She's 31! She's 31. Oh, hell no. Wow. So, anyways, people are mad at Haleyybaylee because Haley Khalil. I'm just gonna call her Haley. No, that sounds stupid. Yeah, Haley. People are mad at Haley because she was volunteering for the Met Gala pre-show, with like a E Entertainment or something, E Network. She was asked to volunteer, and she, of course, said yes, because she loves the Met Gala and dreamed of working and being at the Met Gala. So she gets a dress made, and it was a beautiful dress, I won't lie. It was the closest to the theme that anybody got. It was beautiful. And she's, working at the hotels before the Met Gala, interviewing the celebrities. She's very excited, naturally, so she's making a TikTok. And there's an audio trending. It's been trending for a while, and it's an audio from the 2006 movie, like Marie Antoinette movie. And it is, Marie Antoinette saying, "Let them eat cake," and then, "Here took the bum, took the bum." So she, makes a TikTok to that because it's trending. Of course, she wants to trend. Who doesn't want to trend? In front of the Met Gala, and people are upset with her because, time and a place, because the audio, "Let Them Eat Cake," is historically linked to Marie Antoinette saying that about the French people who were starving. Actually, I'm going to play the video on screen. I couldn't find it because she deleted it. Shocker. And I couldn't find the full video. But I downloaded a clip from TikTok made by somebody called Lady from the Outside. She made the TikTok in response to it. So I just screen recorded the beginning of that, which was Haley's TikTok. So I'm just going to play that on the screen over here.
Let them eat cake.
And so, there's a lot of historical evidence that maybe Marie Antoinette didn't say that, but it's generally used in referral to superiority and believing that you're superior because, the French people are starving, and in response, Marie Antoinette says, let them eat cake, because cake is, they can't even afford bread, and she's saying, let them eat cake, which is much more expensive than bread. But the French translation is let them eat brioche, which is also like a fancy bread, much more expensive than bread. So a lot of people are upset because it's tone deaf to have used that audio when you are at the Met Gala, which costs $75,000 to attend. She didn't pay anything. She didn't get paid to go there. She was fully volunteering. But, she's still going to make money from making TikToks at the Met Gala. So people are upset, naturally, that she's making TikToks in front of the Met Gala, which people have very frequently, compared to the Capitol from the Hunger Games. And she's making a TikTok with this audio, which is in reference to Marie Antoinette saying, let those poor people eat cake, which they cannot afford, which is reflecting what's going on in the world right now in, I think it's Congo, Sudan, I think, is one of the places, and Palestine. So a lot of people are upset with her about that, also because of her platform. She hasn't spoken up about all of the horrendous things happening in the world and shared news about it. So people naturally flood the comments, are like, this is really tone deaf, like, this is really immature. I'm watching this from District 12. That's what a lot of people are saying. Watching this from District 12 because they're comparing the Met Gala to the Capitol because it's all these rich people wearing fancy outfits and other people are at home not even being able to afford groceries. So I don't know when she deleted it exactly, but she continues to make like 15, less than 15 more TikToks about the Met Gala. And then a TikTok celebrating reaching 10 million, which is now gone. So I don't know if she actually did. But she makes a lot. And then she dips back under 10 million. So she makes an 8-minute apology video. I downloaded that as well because I wasn't sure if she was going to delete it or not. And I also blocked her. But I have the TikTok here, so I'm going to pull it up and sort of analyze it. I will play it on screen as well so that you can hear it. But, yeah, I'm going to analyze the TikTok. This is not connected to my headphones. My headphones even on? No, I'm an idiot. They're not even on. Found out how to connect my headphones to my TV the other day. That was awesome. Come on. While I'm trying to connect this, I'll talk about the block party. So I did block Haleyybaylee because a lot of people are talking about the block party right now, which is just like blocking celebrities and stuff so that they don't make money off of ad revenue, which a lot of people are confused about. But it's kind of like cathartic, just blocking people. I never block people. I blocked like 2 people when I graduated from high school, and that's because they were annoying, and I didn't want them to contact me in any way. But I don't know, blocking celebrities is kind of cathartic, and like, I don't know, I'm not getting like very many ads now because I blocked it. Okay, they're not gonna connect, so we're gonna play it out loud so that A, I can hear it, and B, it's easier to sync up the video. So let me turn this up so I can hear it. I wish there was captions because I'm stupid. So here we go.
Hey guys, I know what a lot of you guys want from me right now is answers, and I want nothing more than to give them to you. So Hopefully, I can answer every question that you have about what happened on Monday night. About a week and a half before the Met Gala, I was contacted by E! To see if I had any interest in being a pre-Met Gala host. There are usually 3 hotels that celebrities leave from to go to the Met Gala. I was stationed at what's called the Mark. I was supposed to do content with celebrities and on air about their departures to the Met. The Met is one of the most exclusive events in all of fashion. You have to be handpicked by Anna Wintour herself to go. That's the only way that you get there. I was not invited by Anna Wintour. I did not hold an actual invitation to the Met Gala. I was involved only as a host, meaning that the moment that the last attendee left the hotel, I went home and I watched the Met Gala coverage from my couch with my friends.
There's also videos of her at the Met Gala after party. So, yeah.
That is also why you haven't seen any photos of me on the white and green carpet for the Met Gala, because I was working at the Mark. And I literally wasn't even invited to the Met Gala, so security would have definitely dragged me out. I paid no amount of money to go to the gala because I wasn't invited. Since I was little, I have idolized the Met. I love the costumes and the design, and it has always been one of my biggest dreams to be invited to attend. After entering content creation, I was told that those dreams are nearly impossible if you are not in one of the inner circles of fashion. So when E! reached out to me with interest in being a pre-Met Gala host, I immediately said yes, because I just wanted to get...
And if you're listening, there's text on screen that is in parentheses. This was an unpaid hosting position, which she's already mentioned like 8 times.
Even remotely close to it, just to like see the thing I had idolized for so long. I was at the Mark, which is on 77th Street, and the Metropolitan Museum is on 82nd Street. So that's about as close as I was allowed to get to the Met Gala. People that you saw behind me in my videos were people that were lined up outside the Mark to do the exact same thing as me, which was get content with celebrities as they departed for the Met. The dress that I wore was made by hand by a friend. Mark is one of my nearest and dearest friends. I met him back when I was modeling, and we just stayed friends. So then when all of this red carpet stuff started happening for me, I reached out to him, and he started to help me and make dresses for me by hand out of literally the kindness of his own heart. I have never paid him a cent. He has never paid me. We just work on the dresses together because we find it to be really fun. Every single dress I've worn on a carpet this year has all been made by hand by Mark. I have not paid anyone anything. I haven't bought dresses. I haven't paid designers. Mark is the only person that I have worked with.
I wonder if she's buying the materials, or if he also has to buy the materials and then make the dress for her unpaid.
Mark does not have a factory. Mark does not employ a bunch of people to work on these dresses. Every single dress he has made for me, he has made by himself with no one else's help, by hand, out of literally nothing more than the kindness of his own heart. And he's one of the only reasons I've even been able to do what I've done this year, because I wouldn't have had the dresses to go to these events if it hadn't been for him. This now brings me to the audio that I used for that particular video.
So she's 3 minutes and 10 seconds in, and now she's talking about that TikTok. So I don't know if people were actually upset about her being there or the dress she was wearing. I never saw people being upset about that. I mostly just saw people being upset about the audio. But we're 3 minutes in to her apology, and now she's talking about it.
Oh, and first and foremost, before I say anything, I need to apologize. I am so sorry that I chose a sound that you guys could ever possibly feel was malicious in nature. If I had thought for even 1 second that the sound would be received that way, I never, ever would have used it. When I film my TikToks, I love to use trending audios and sounds that people are currently using, and this was one of them. The sound has been used in over 110,000 TikTok videos. It's the current trending audio of a glow-up trend in the United States and abroad. It's also been used by different makeup artists in the last couple weeks to create Marie Antoinette looks.
Okay, so this one was made... Yeah, okay. April.
He took the bomb. It's been used by big and small creators alike, with no negative feedback or no negative discussion in the comments.
This TikTok was made by Dylan Mulvaney before the October 7th attack.
Let them eat cake.
He took the...
Let them eat cake.
He took the bomb.
Let them eat cake.
He took the bomb.
Let them eat cake.
He took the bomb. The sound choice truly had no deeper meaning. I never would have chosen a sound on purpose to highlight wealth disparity or elitism.
Okay, so all of those were either A, made before the attack on Gaza, or B, made because it had to do with Marie Antoinette. That last one that was thrown in there, I'm just gonna mute this for a second and go back to that one. I tried to find it. I don't know if maybe I could find it again, but the caption, no Hamas supporter would make me hate ... So I'm gonna go find that one because I forgot to, but I was like, oh, why did we have to put this one in considering the caption? So I don't know if this is like a bad thing or a good thing. Addie Davidson, Davidoff. Okay, so they changed the caption to at Haleyybaylee, they will never make me hate you. So, what is this? I'm gonna translate their bio because this is, I think, Hebrew. Yeah, makeup artist with a split personality. Okay, so it's nothing malicious as far as I can tell. But yeah, so I don't know if you can view audio on here. Oh yeah, I can. Okay, so this one, isn't even trending. Okay, she didn't even really have a reason to use that video. So, okay, that bugged me when I was watching the apology, was the fact that, like, she had a video from somebody that might not be the kindest. Anyways, back to where we were. Oh, it's thundering very hard. Alright.
Big and small craters alike, with no negative feedback or no negative discussion in the comments.
Let them eat cake.
Who took the
Let them eat cake.
Who took the
Let them eat cake.
Who took the
Let them eat cake.
Who took the bomb?
Let them eat cake.
Who took the bomb?
Let them eat cake.
Who took the bomb?
The sound choice truly had no deeper meaning. I never would have chosen a sound on purpose to highlight wealth disparity or elitism. I never even thought it would be taken in that way because I wasn't elite enough to even be invited to the Met Gala because I'm not elite. I'm a normal person.
Okay, that's also pissing people. Wow, it is raining hard. So that's upsetting people because she's, I'm not promoting elitism because I'm not elite. I wasn't invited to the Met Gala, but she was invited to the pre-Met Gala show, which non-elite people would not be, and then goes on to say, I'm a normal person, while also living in a very wealthy home and basically never working in her life. I did research, as you should when you're talking about a topic, and it doesn't seem to me like she's ever had an actual laborious job. She's done modeling, which, can be hard. The modeling industry is hard because it's, it's a toxic environment. So she's worked in toxic environments, but she's never worked in a laborful environment where she's gotten home from work and been like, man, I can't afford dinner and I am physically in pain because of my work today. She's been like Miss America and stuff. She did I'm blanking on what it's called. I'm gonna pull it up because I forget what it's called. But basically her job her entire life has been modeling. And now it's being a content creator. As soon as you can have a job like that, you are not a normal person. Because you don't have to worry about not affording food, or not being able to pay bills, or worrying about your job, because your job is content creating and all you've ever done is modeling, which is lucky for you because, you've been able to live an easy life, but that does not make you normal, and that does in fact make you more elite than other people. So people are upset about that too when she's saying, "Oh, I'm like you guys. It's okay. Like, we're the same. We're the same person." We're not. Okay, I don't make money off of content, and I don't go to work and do nothing. So
my dumb self just used an audio that I thought was viral and trending and that people recognized from the Marie Antoinette 2006 movie.
Let them eat cake.
Who took the bomb?
I didn't think that much into it, and for that I am so sorry. I did not do my due diligence. I'm so stupid because the things going on in the world today are weighing heavily on everyone's hearts. Innocent men, women, and children are dying. People do not have access to food and water. People are being kicked out of their homes. There are so many things going on in this world that are just wrong. I know that this situation is very complex. I also know that I don't know the right thing to do or say a lot of the time, which leads me to the question everyone is asking, which is, why don't I talk about it? And it's simply because I am not informed enough to talk about it in a meaningful and educational way.
So, she's not informed enough. It has been 8 months since the attack. That's 8 months that she could have been doing research. 8 months that she could have been understanding. And even if she wasn't doing research, it's all over social media. So I'm shocked that she's not seeing something. Because even if I wasn't doing research, majority of the people that I follow are talking about it. So unless she's not in the crowd of people that are aware of what's going on around them, then there's practically no way that she could go about life without understanding. I will admit, at first, I was confused as well. I didn't know who was right, who was in the wrong in any of these situations, because I was confused and not informed. But then I informed myself. I read articles. I read news. I shared news. And I live in Canada. Ontario more specifically, where news on social media is restricted. You're not allowed to share links to news articles. You're not allowed to share news articles a lot on your social media. You are restricted from viewing certain posts because it's news. So I'm restricted from seeing news. And yet I am able to educate myself. I educated myself the week that it happened and have been since. And I am like a decade or more younger than her. And I am more educated than an adult. There's no excuse for not being aware of what's going on in any context. And it takes 15 minutes to read an article at most. That's all you need to do is read one article, and that could summarize everything that's happened in the past 8 months. And she hasn't even done that. But, I get it, I understand. In those 15 minutes, you could be making 15 more TikToks about the Met Gala and making your money, because clearly you need it to pay for your $17,000 a month apartment. Because what else are you going to do? Where else are you going to live? We're having a housing crisis. Whatever. I understand. I understand completely that, you don't have time to educate yourself because you need to make money off of TikTok. But, whatever. It is what it is.
I do not have the background knowledge to educate or discuss in a meaningful way. I grew on social media as a comedy creator, and I love comedy. I love making videos. And that's how I gained my platform. But that doesn't mean that the second I started gaining followers on the platform that I automatically knew the right thing to say when it came to world affairs or wars or disputes or death or destruction or crisis. I still am just that same girl who wanted to post her first comedy video a year and a half ago on TikTok. But I do know that as somebody with a big platform, it is my responsibility to always try to be a positive voice and to always try to better myself and be a good example for my audience, because I never want to let them down. At the end of the day, I want to make sure that my words are used for good. And when I don't think that I'm informed enough on a situation, I try not to comment until I am confident that I am actually informed and the things that I'm saying are true. If the pandemic taught me one thing, it was that sometimes celebrities and creators need to sit down and be quiet so that other people's voices can be magnified. The people that are actually well educated and informed on the situation, they're the ones who should be speaking about it. Just because somebody has a following doesn't mean they're necessarily the right person to speak on the issue, especially if they are ill-informed or uninformed on that issue. I do all of this on my own. I don't have a fancy team that selects my sounds or edits my videos or posts my videos or writes the caption. I don't have an editor. I post everything myself. Everything that you see was
Neither do
probably
I.
filmed by either me or my boyfriend, edited by me, and then posted by me. And sometimes I am dumb and sometimes I mess up. Sometimes I don't correctly anticipate how people will react or feel to something, and for that I am truly so sorry. It breaks my heart that a video that I posted has added to any of this. It breaks my heart that a video that I posted has made anyone feel less seen or less heard. So again, from the bottom of my heart, I am so sorry. You do not have to accept my apology, but just know that I am so sorry, and I really hope that this sheds a light on all of these issues and opens up a very important discussion.
What issues, though? Because you didn't name any. You didn't name any issues.
At the end of the day, I am glad, though, that an unintentional mistake has now been the catalyst for discussing wealth inequality, world crisis, and will hopefully bring about the leaders whose voices should be heard in this. And again, I'm sorry. It is my job as a content creator to apologize whenever I make anyone feel unseen or unheard, even if it's unintentional. And just know that no matter what, I love you. Thank you for being here. And thank you for watching this whole video if you made it this far.
Okay, so she has since made one. Oh. Since her apology, made 1, 2, 3, 4 TikToks. None of which are about what's going on in the world right now. So, again, in that time, since she was called out, she could have gotten educated. And then, at least even put a link in her bio to something. Oh, wait, there's a link. What is it? Buy my makeup! That's what the link is, to makeup. So yeah, she has made 4 TikToks since. The second one, the first one she made after her TikTok was her making a joke about what she had done, which is, you know that you're supposed to leave like a gap of time between doing something wrong and then making a joke about it, right? So people can retain the information and reflect on it and then get over it and come to terms with it. Not oh, I just did this bad thing. Well, here's a joke. I hope you're okay with it now because it's funny. No, that's not how it works. So, yeah, she's made 4 TikToks since. And yeah, none of them are about that. So, yeah, that's why people are upset with her, because she spoke before thinking and didn't educate herself and did a half-assed apology. Most celebrity apologies are half-assed. I don't think I've ever seen a celebrity apology that I actually like. So, yeah, that's why people are upset with her, and that's why the block party started, because they're like, hey, you know what? Fuck you. So, yeah, that's why people are upset at Haley, and you might still not understand because, you know, to you it might not be a big deal because it was just a TikTok audio, and yeah, it is just a TikTok audio, but there's a deeper meaning behind it, which might not be true, but even if it's not true, the story, it's a deeper meaning, you know, at the end of the day, that is what it means. So, yeah. People are just pissed off about the Met Gala in general because celebrities are paying this much money to dress ugly, first of all. Goddamn. Paying this much money to walk a runway and then do God knows what. I don't even know what they do after they're done on the runway. To have pictures taken of them when they could be sending that money to people that need it or talk about problems in the world so that more people understand it. Like, people are upset with Camila Cabello, or Cabello, I don't know because I don't care about her. I find her annoying. She had a purse that cost $22.5 thousand that melted because it was made of ice. But, you know, it cost so much because it was made from water from Germany, and it had a handmade pure linen 18K rose gold rose, and it was adorned with, you know, perfectly cut diamonds, each one being 0.50 carats, only for it to melt by the end of the night. $22,000 for a purse that melted. Not even the purse, it's the water. I'm sure it didn't cost that much money to fly water from Germany, you know, just, you know, your carbon footprint, but for it to fucking melt. Her purse cost roughly double what I earn in a year without spending it all on Sims 4 packs because I'm addicted to that. And it melted. And now she's just left with a stupid rose. You know what rose I can afford with my the amount of money to my name? A rose toy. What? So, yeah, that's why people are upset with celebrities right now, because everybody's fed up with what's going on in the world and inequality, and celebrities just not caring. So, that is why people are upset with them. Yeah. So, on a, I wouldn't say less serious, but not as serious note, today's, I guess, end of podcast story. We're going to talk about the, trigger warning, Zootopia abortion comic. I don't know if I'm allowed to say that word on YouTube, but whatever. I'm not getting paid for it anyways, so I'll just say the word. So there is a comic called I Will Survive. It's a webcomic created by Borba, who's an artist, and it is featuring 2016 animated characters from Zootopia, the movie Zootopia. It was published in March 2017, and it has become a popular meme because it mocks the approach that it took on abortion rights, and many accuse the comic of taking an anti-abortion stance, which the artist has denied. Yeah, so it's the first one in a series. And I'm obsessed with it because it's hilarious that some adult spent their time drawing out pregnant Judy Hopps, and then Judy Hopps getting an abortion. So, yeah. So I'm going to read it to you guys. It's 3 parts. So the first part is I Will Survive. So it opens up with Judy taking a pregnancy test. Come on, let's go. Sweet cheese. Nick is asleep. Nick, come on, wake up. We're off duty day. Nick, I have something important to say. Just text me, please. Nicholas, I am serious. Okay. Jeez, when you call me Nicholas, it means that I'm in great danger. You bet. Yawn. May I take a shower and do other things before you ruin the rest of my day? Yeah, I think it'd be good. So he takes a shower. Wow, I'm feeling much better now. Well, what's the important thing that you want me to do? No. And Judy sits down. She's looking solemn. Nick, I'm pregnant. And he's like, shocked, gobsmacked. Ha, nice try, Fluff. You almost got me. As if it were even... Your nose is twitching. So it means, Carrots, are you sure? Is it for real? Yes, it is. I just took a pregnancy test and he hugs her. Judy, oh Judy, this is the happiest day of my life. They also, drew her dummy thick in this for some reason. She's a rabbit, guys. Stop drawing her with a butt. I love you, Judy. I love you so much. You've made me the happiest mammal on earth. Nick, please, stop. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't hurt you, did I? No, Nick, you didn't. But this isn't the problem. Problem? You mean because we're from different species you think our baby might have a problem? That wasn't what I meant. I don't understand. Nick, please don't make things worse for us. Judy, what are you talking about? Nick, I don't want this child. And then he's making a gobsmacked face. No, I can't believe you'd say that. Nick, hear me out. Please tell me I heard wrong. Why, Judy? My headphones just connected to the TV upstairs. Whoops. That was hilarious. My mom, I can hear her turning it on and off upstairs. Why, Judy, why? Let me explain, Nick. So explain yourself. Why don't you want our baby? There's no baby yet. I'm just in our first month of pregnancy. My first month, sorry. It's not our pregnancy. And you decided that on your own that this is going to be the last month? Ain't you? Nick, let's talk about it like adults, right? Right. Okay, tell me your tale. Thanks. Well, at first, I believed you couldn't get me pregnant. Yes, I do know... Ew. Ugh. Yes, I do know there are some cases of interbreeding, but they're extremely rare, and none of them involve a couple by a predator and a prey. So I foolishly believed that we didn't have to take any precautions. So she's getting cream pied by Nick Wilde, guys. But how wrong I was. I still don't understand why you... Because I'm afraid. Afraid of what? Well, in part, I fear a child might be, some kind of freak. And then it's a drawing of a weird little rabbit wolf. You really think so? Why not? It isn't impossible. Moreover, a baby of yours might be a little too big for me. You don't know for sure. Nobody knows, and it scares me. So what you're saying is, hey, Nick, even if you can get me pregnant, I don't want to have a child with you. Did I hit the mark, Judy? Nick, I should have had this talk with you earlier. I'm really sorry for not doing that. You have no idea how hard it is for me to have to tell you these things. But I must say that there's another good reason, and it is my career. You know I'm about to be promoted to lieutenant, and if I accept this risky pregnancy, my career will be halted for months, or years, or even worse. In the worst case, if I suffer any sequela, what the hell is that, or ill-fated pregnancy. What's a sequela? What? How did you... okay, I spelled it wrong. What is this word? It's not coming up when I Google it. Sequela. S-E-Q-U... Oh, I spelled it wrong. E-L-A. Condition with the consequence of a previous disease or injury. Okay. There we go. Third time's the charm. It's not only my life and my career that are in danger here, Nick. I became a symbol, an inspiration to those small mammals out there who also want to help make Zootopia a better place to live. The more I am successful in my career, the more they get confident in their own abilities. The more they get confident in their own abilities. For this cause and to make this dream come true, I did my best and sacrificed many things, and I don't want to let this achievement slip through my fingers like sand. That's it? Your career. I should have known you were going to throw it in my face. But you surprised me, Judy. I thought I knew you, but I'm wrong. You don't have the right to say that to me. You know who I am. You know what I am. You know what's at stake for me since we first met. And you know full well that I did everything for my career. Yes, I do know. It seems like you could even kill our baby for your career. And then she slaps him. And he falls to the ground, because that was a wicked slap. Nick, forgive me. I lost my temper. And he gets up and leaves. He packs a bag. Nick, I beg you, please forgive me. You don't need to do that. I didn't want to hurt you. Please don't leave me. I need you. And there's a Jesus bunny? Or was Judy baptized? Or is her mom just wearing a veil? I'm so confused. I need you now more than ever. Trust me when I say I still love you. Nick? Judy, what would have happened if your mother, while pregnant with you, had decided to interrupt her pregnancy? Nick, it's useless. I'll tell you what would happen. If you hadn't been born, Judy, the world would be as bleak as ever. And without your light, I'd still be on the streets living a meaningless life. That's not true, Nick. I'm sure you would. Judy, listen, there are people who make a difference in the world, and you are one of them. Even being a little bunny, you stopped an absurdly nasty conspiracy and helped change the minds and hearts of millions. To me, things like these could have never ever happened without you. Nick. For God's sake, Judy, give this unborn child the opportunity to do the same. I beg you. Please let your light continue to shine through him or her. What about the they-thems? What if they gave birth to a rabid, non-binary baby? She almost takes his hand. No. As I said before, it's useless. I'm sorry, Nick, but I've made up my mind. My body, my rules. Preach. I see. Any chance you might change your mind? No, Nick. Neither will I. Nick, don't go away. Please stay with me. Let's talk more about this. Do you want to talk? Well, there's something I'd like to know. Why didn't you keep it a secret from me? I mean, why didn't you just get rid of our child without me knowing anything? It wouldn't have been the most honest thing to do. What? I thought you deserved to know. It'd have been better for you, for us, if you had kept me in the dark about your premeditated sin. Goodbye, Judy. Nick, where are you going? Don't worry. I will survive. And it should have ended there, because that's cold. He's got a big gash on his face from Judy slapping him. Then he walks out. Nick, if you walk out that door, you don't have to come back anymore. He walks out. Nick? Oh, no. No. Nothing lasts forever. Even an apparent everlasting love that has triumphed over the odds and made many challenges may eventually come to an end. I don't know if that's a song lyric or what. There's a They Closed the Arby's version? What? What is the Arby's version? Oh my god. Arby's Zootopia comic. It's not normal to eat this much Arby's. You're a medical anomaly. You need to stop trying to challenge God. Nick, their food isn't even good. Please tell me I heard wrong. Why, Judy, why? It's all greasy and soggy. It's like they microwave leftovers and sell it as fresh. Oh my god, I didn't know there was an Arby's version. That's hilarious. So yeah, that's part 1. And then part 2. It's a 3-part series. It's called Born to Be Alive. It starts with Nick banging on the door. Judy! Come on, open the door. I know you're home. Judy? Opens the door. Go away, Nick. It's 2 a.m. Besides, you're being quite noisy. Couldn't you just knock on the door? If you're going to make such a fuss again, I'll have no choice but to arrest you for disorderly conduct. Is he not a cop, too? Is that all you have to say to me after a year? No. Leave me alone, Nick, and never come back. He puts his foot in the door. She shuts it. Crunch. breaks his foot basically. Nick, move away from the door. No, I need to talk to you, face to face. What is so important that made you come here at this time? Let me in and I'll tell you everything, Judy. But believe me, if I don't talk with you right now, I might not have another day to live. I don't know what that means. Alright, I'll let you in. Step back just a little bit, Nick. So she opens the door. It's dark in here. The apartment looks the same. Everything's in its place. You didn't come here to talk about the furniture, did you? Jeez, how cold-hearted you are tonight. Nick, I'm not in the mood for your antics. I must be on duty at 8 a.m. So, why are they being so... I must be on duty. Yeah, I know. This is the first time we've met in many months. Why? In many months. How cold-hearted you are tonight. Such distinguished language. Yet you only think about your job. Listen, it was not me who resigned from the police. Oh, okay, there was the answer. He's not a cop anymore. Unlike you, I have my duties. By the way, is it the alcohol that made you come here to see me again? It'd be nice if you had some coffee for me. What? Oh, wait. What? Oh, she says, what? Do you want some coffee right now? I think you know where the coffee maker is. Help yourself. I'm so confused about when... Okay, I don't know who talks first, but he's like, oh, it'd be nice if you had some coffee. Let me see. Yes, here you are. Still with some coffee. I just have to warm it up a little bit. Slurp. Hot, hot. I'm feeling better now. Much better. Minutes ago, you said that your life was at stake. Well, did I say that? Yeah, it seems I did. Just as I suspected. You lied to me. No, I only hustled you a little bit. So your old self is back, alive and well. Didn't I tell you, Fluff? I'll always survive. Always. Nick, you son of a oopsie. Ha ha ha. By the by. What? By the by. Say, did you do that? That? You mean my premeditated sin? Wow. Oh my. Oh my. Did I really say such a thing? Sorry for the nonsense, Judy. Yes, Nick, I did. I forgive. I don't need your forgiveness. No, Judy, you got me wrong. I mean, forgive me. Forgive you? Let me explain. He gets down on his hands and knees. Nick, I miss you, Judy. I miss you so much. Nick, stop this and stand up. Judy, please hear me out. I did you wrong. I should have never left you. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I should have stayed by your side. You asked me to stay, but I refused to listen to you. I was proud enough to turn my back on you. To leave you was the hardest thing I ever did, but my pride pulled me away from you, from your love, Judy. I thought I'd be fine, that I could forget you, but how stupid and wrong I was. And then in this shot, he's at a motel with a Zootopia hooker, and he's drinking and smoking and naked, but Zootopia hookers. Ain't no way. I regret. Is it a Zootopia hooker, or is he just... Does he have... Oh, yeah, it is. There's money on the bedside table. I regret bitterly for letting you face your ordeal by yourself. I was such a shameful coward. But believe me, Judy, I've learned my lesson and changed my ways. I'm begging you, Judy, could you please forgive me for my past errors and many flaws? What do you say? Will you do so and take me back? Oh, Nick, I didn't know you foxes were so emotional. However, you walked out on me when I needed you most. But shh, it's my turn to talk. Yes, I do know that we both made many mistakes and bad choices, but you did the worst of them all by turning your back on me. Judy, where were you when the procedure went wrong? Do you know how much I missed you by my side when I was going through such a dreadful time? Did you forget that you were as guilty of my pregnancy as me? If you really loved me, you would have been strong enough to stay with me. That's all I asked you for, Nick. Your support. Instead, you just gave me the cold shoulder and walked out on me. Maybe everything would have been quite different if you had stayed by my side. Maybe I hadn't even... Anyways, all these things are in the past now. And yes, Nick, I forgive you for being such a shameful coward, but it's too late for reconciliation. I'm sorry, Nick. Time for you to go. Judy, please give me a chance. I can't live without you. No, Nick, you're hurting me. Let me go. Let me go. Judy? Are you okay? Need help? So now there's a lady fox with a stutter. What? Shay, I told you to stay in bed. I can deal with Nick by myself. Shay? Bed? Judy, who is this woman? And why is she in our... No! You replace me with another fox? A female fox? Oh, she's got like a bob. She got one of those fuck-ass bobs at the back. I think you'd better say vixen. Is that a type of fox? Let me Google it. Oh. That is not a type of fox. It's a spirited or fierce woman, especially one seen as sexually attractive. Okay, that is not a type of fox. How come you... Many things happened while you were away, Nick. When you went away, I was in despair, feeling totally miserable and alone. I could not count on the support of my family, not after everything I put them through when I became a police officer, and especially after the two of us started to live together without being married. You know, they're a carrot to lick. I didn't expect them... Okay, so she's probably baptized. I didn't expect them to somehow accept my decision to interrupt my pregnancy. In the end, I stood up for myself and went ahead with the procedure. Of course, I kept my family unaware of what I was doing and what happened next. As the first rabbit to ever get an abortion, I was fully aware of the risks. Unfortunately, complications happened, and I had to get help at the ZPD's hospital. I was there. It was there when I first met Shannon, my ray of sunshine in these dark times. She works as a garbage mechanic at ZPD and came to the hospital due to a minor injury. She's sweet and shy and, like me, has gone through a stressful breakup. We became friends and began to cheer each other up. But that doesn't explain why things are not just black and white, Nick. There's a large gray area in between, and Shay and I are, well, in the middle of it. Even we were greatly surprised when our feelings started to change. No, I've had enough. You are not like that, Judy. You're just fooling yourself. Please dump this, oh my God, I'm not saying that word, and get back to your true self. Don't you dare call her that. Oh my God, I don't remember it being like that. Let her go. And then he shoves Shay, and she falls. She's like, Shay, are you okay? Judy, oh my, sorry, I didn't want... Nick, get out of my home now. Judy, please, I came here for you. Yeah, Nick, you came here out of the blue, from outer space, with a sad story, and hoping I was all alone and free, didn't you? Oh no, Nick, not I. I found a new love with someone who respects me. With her, I got a new life to live and start anew. Because I deserve to live a new life, Nick. I was born to be alive. They said the title. Judy, please, do yourself a favor and get out of my life forever. Goodbye, Nick. Slams the door, and she's crying. And then Shay comes in. Judy, are you all right? And then they're kissing, and it's in color. I'm better now. Much better. And time for part 3. This one's called Never Say Goodbye. And it's fully in color, so that's pretty lit. Okay, girls and boys, what do you guys want? I want pineapple juice. Kiwi for me. Orange, please. Grape. Can I have blueberry juice? It's like a juice bar that you see at the beginning of Zootopia at like is it like a train station or something? Mr. Wild. Nice choice, Samson. I'll have one too. Yay. Isn't this going to be expensive for you, Mr. Wild? No worries, Monica. Junior Rangers reserve funds will reimburse my expenses. Besides, I'm the treasurer, ain't I? So he is a treasurer of the Junior Rangers. He was like a ranger in the movie when he was a kid. So now he is doing it full time. And if you look on his finger, he's got an engagement ring. Well, now that you know now that you kids know everything about this great station, I'm going to show you a wonderful place. A place where, what's going on? And everybody's running and taking pictures, and they're going, yay, wee. Looks like a VIP is coming here, and I think I know who it is. Welcome, Mayor Hops. So now we see Mayor Judy Hops wearing a suit. She's got like a blonde comb over. Mayor Hops, yay, she's so beautiful in person. How pretty she is. Yoo-hoo, Mayor Hops, love her. Please take a selfie with me. She's also got an engagement ring on. Dumb bunny. What? That voice. And she sees through the crowd. Nick Wilde. Nicholas? Long time no see, carrots. Or should I say, Your Honor? No, you don't have to. By the way, oh my God, okay. I keep forgetting that he just has a dad bod and is, in fact, not pregnant. Every time I see this comic strip, I'm like, oh, I'm preg. It's not. By the way, I'm glad to see you're doing well. Oh, you mean this? It's just my irresistible fox charm. It grows over time, you know? Oh, you. Ahem. Something wrong, Mayor Hobbs? Her security guards. No, not at all. I just found a longtime friend of mine. I see. They snap and usher everybody away. Oh, wow. This is what I would call a mammal wall. There are reasons for this, Nick. Is it like this all the time? Believe me, this is just one of the downsides of becoming empowered. Mr. Wild? Hey, this is not fair. Miss Mayor, if you don't mind. Oh, sorry. Let the kids come closer, Wolverton. Yes, ma'am. You know Mayor Hobbs, Mr. Wild? Let's just say she and I cracked a lot of criminal cases some time ago. 10 years ago, to be exact. Wow. Is this true, Miss Mayor? Yes, it is, darling. Mr. Wild and I were cops. And great buddies. And we were also one more thing, weren't we? Nick, please. But this part of our history is just water out on the bridge now, right? And it's got like a bunch of pictures of them dating and being in love. Mr. Wild? Well, bygones are bygones. Carrots, let me introduce you to this adorable little bunch. So you finally became a junior ranger scout, right? Har har, how funny. I'm the leader of the Zootopia pack and a successful entrepreneur. Okay, kids, introduce yourselves. Magnificent Lieutenant Samson Swinton, Great Major Barbara Bardson, 10-star General Monica Moosebridge, Trooper Roger Raccoon, Trooper Nicholas Pyberis Wild Jr. What the okay. Proudly at your service, ma'am. Nicholas Wild Jr.? Yep, he's my pride. He's a little piece of me that I gave to this world. Dad. Ha ha ha, he always makes this face when I say that. Oh, Nick, he's so cute and handsome. Yeah, I know. I'd call it genetics, my dear. I'm so happy for you, Nick, and your wife. So you didn't fail to notice this, of course, and I'm sure she's a very special woman. Yes, Carrots, she is. By the way, you're still stunningly beautiful, Judy. If somebody was just asking about my wife and I was like, yeah, I got a wife, but also you're mad fine. That's a little, okay. I would dare say you're more beautiful than ever. Oh my god, stop going on, dude. These children are witnessing you flirt with this lady and you have a wife. Thank you, Nick. I'm glad you have no hard feelings. Well, rest assured that I never had such feelings for you, sweetheart. Same here. Unfortunately, not all mammals think so. What do you mean? I'm talking about politics. Almost all Zootopia citizens, even those who didn't vote for me, approve and do fully support my full mammal equality program, the very reason why I was elected. But there are the small radical groups that are against the integration and don't want me to be reelected. Oh my god, they are doing the one-arm salute. There are pro-preds and pro-prey groups, each with their own twisted agendas, but they all have only one goal: to overthrow Zootopia's democratic government and impose their prejudice and biased views. That'll never gonna happen. That's bad grammar. I think so. They're just a handful of delusional weirdos. Very dangerous weirdos anyways. Oh, now we're back to black and white. This explains your bodyguards, but, Judy, wouldn't it be safer for you to stay away from public places? Believe me, if I do so, the extremists will think they've defeated me and become stronger. No, Nick, I'm not going to bury myself in a burrow. I'd rather... Okay, and then we're back to color. Excuse me, Your Honor, but they just arrived. Hope I'm not slowing you down. Not at all, Nick. Please come with me and see why I came here today. The place is clear. Good work, mammals. Everything is ready for welcome. Mayor Hopp's wife and children. Hello, honey. Hey, Mom. Hi, Mom, Judy. So it's her wife, dressed in pink, like, suit dress kind of outfit and a pink hat. Are these outfits kind of ringing any bells? And at all? No? Okay, well, I'll continue. And they have 2 adopted children. Mommy Judy, I missed you. I missed you too, my cupcake. I'm not going to do the stutter anymore. I was so homesick. I love you, honey. I love you too, Pumpkin. Oh, Mr. Wild. Miss Hops. I don't know if you're going to believe me or not, but I'm deeply sorry for what I said and did to you that morning. I was a major jerk and I've done you wrong. It was one of the worst things I did in my life. I really hope you forgive me someday. And she's crying. She's like, it's all right, Nick. Just call me Shay. Thank you. Thank you so much, Shay. Stu and Bonnie sent you many, many hugs. Gosh, it's been a while since the last time I was at the burrow. I'll pay them a visit as soon as possible. I've seen your family on the news, but it's a pleasure to meet your kids in person. Thanks. Let me introduce you. This is Rafiki. He's the captain of the school's pawball team, and he's flirting with one of the rangers. Or not rangers, like one of the kid scouts. Say hi to Mr. Wild, Rafiki. Hi. Nice to meet you, Rafiki. Say, what about becoming a junior ranger scout, son? Wow. It'd be way cool, Mr. Wild. And this young lady is Mulan. Say hi, sweetie. Haha, she's a little shy. She's a red panda. Oh, wait, those are Disney characters, aren't they? They're so adorable. Shay, this handsome boy is Nick's son, Nick Jr. Oh, how cute he is. What would you like to do when you grow up, my dear? I'd like to help make the world a better place. Well, I'm sure I've heard these words before. Oh, no, really? Poor me, thinking I was being original when I taught my kids that lesson. Tisk, tisk. Your Honor, it's time to go. Security guard. Who needs a watch with all these watch mammals around? LOL. I hope all these security measures are not really necessary. But better safe than sorry, right? Anyway, they're just doing their duty. Like us, when we were cops, remember? Of course, Carrots. I'll never forget our time as cops. Me neither. And they're looking at each other, and they're like, oh, we should probably stop looking at each other like we're madly in love. Well, I think it's time to say goodbye. Goodbye? Yes, it seems so. Goodbye, Nick, my friend. And then he hugs her. Please, never say goodbye to me again, Judy, my friend. Everybody's shocked that he just hugged the mayor. How could he? Agreed. I'll never say that again. And if you ever need anything from Zootopia City Hall, now that you said, Junior Ranger Scouts are in need of a new headquarter. You smart fox. All right, just go to my office. We'll see what I can do for your scouts. Deal? Deal. Nice. See ya, Nick. So then she's walking off, and everybody's like, Mayor, hey, Mayor. Mayor Hops is a great mammal, isn't she, Dad? Yeah, she sure is, Junior. I'm sure she is, Junior. I'm sure she is. Well, boys and gals, now that everything's been said and done, well, what was I saying to you kiddos a dozen minutes ago? Oh, yeah. Are you ready to go? Are you ready to know a very amusing place? Yeah, where is it, Dad? Why, you know where, Junior. It's our amusement park, the Wild Times. And Never Say Goodbye at the end. And then it's Never Say Goodbye Extra, a Zootopia fan comic by Borba. So this is like a part 4, kind of. Black and white again. They just left the train station in a convertible. Judy and Shay in their suit and pink dress-up outfit. And they're in the car. And all of a sudden, we are viewing them from shotgun scope. And then Judy gets domed. She gets shot in the head. JFK style. And that's where it ends. But there is another part where it's revealed that it's just... Okay, why is... They don't have another part? Okay, well... that one ends with her getting shot in the head, and everybody's like, oh my god. But there was another part where it's revealed that the gun that she was shot with was like... If you ever saw the Zootopia movie, you would know that like she got shot with like a kind of paintball that would explode with like... I don't know, the chemicals that would turn people crazy. And it was like a paintball with jam in it. So she didn't actually get shot in the head. She just got shot by jam by some extremist political, like, extremists. So it's a bisexual, gender swap JFK abortion comic that exists, that somebody took time out of their day to draw. And I'm obsessed. That's insane. My profile pictures and stuff are screenshots from the comic. So, if you hadn't read that before, now you have. So now you know what people are talking about when they talk about the Zootopia abortion comic. That's like one of my favorite art pieces. I like those slideshows that people make where it's like, AI could never replicate this, and then it's like the Miku binder, the gay Greg Heffley and Rowley comic, and then the Zootopia abortion comic. So funny. That is my holy trinity. So yeah, that is the comic. And then I'm going to finish it up by talking about the Fall Guy. So if you follow me on Instagram and TikTok, Are You Sick of Me Yet .pod on Instagram, and Are You Sick .pod on TikTok, you would see that I did a video with one of my buddies that was on the pod in episode 4. We talked about Fall Guy. I keep saying Fall Guys like the game. And then we went to TikTok talking about it, spoiler free. It was pretty alright, you know, it was a pretty alright movie. I am going to talk about it with spoilers here, because it's been a couple weeks since it's been out. About a week, actually. Yeah, no, it's been like 10 days since it's been out. Stretch my feet, that was embarrassing, sorry, forgot that you guys could probably see me. I'm tired. I'm excited to go to bed tonight. What was I saying? Oh yeah. So it's basically a movie where Ryan Gosling is a stunt double for Aaron Taylor Johnson, but then Aaron Taylor Johnson goes missing, and instead of calling the cops, his manager or something is like, "Oh, you stunt double, you need to go look for him." So he goes looking for him and gets in trouble with a bunch of things and uses his stunt double skills to avoid getting killed by this gang who he assumes, killed Aaron Taylor Johnson. But then it's revealed later in the movie that Aaron Taylor Johnson killed another one of his stunt doubles and now wants his stunt double killed or something. And was working with his manager to get them to kill him, but he lived the whole time, and they deep-faked a video to make it look like Ryan Gosling had killed him, and then he fakes his death, and then he comes back, and they prove him innocent and arrest Aaron Taylor Johnson. So, plot-wise, the plot was a little far-fetched, because I'm not a big fan of movies where they're like, oh, instead of calling the cops, we're just going to do this. Call the cops. I know, ACAB, but, call the cops. Because, legalities and the law, if it involves that, call the cops. If somebody's missing, call the cops. Don't try and solve it yourself. I know you want to be all savvy and shit, but, for plot reasons, that happened. I'm not a huge fan of that. Romance, I am not the biggest fan of romance. So, of course, Emily Blunt and Ryan Gosling being in love, but then enemies, then back to lovers. I hate enemies to lovers, so I was like, oh, boo. This stinks. But the stunts were cool. That was my favorite part of the movie, was the stunts. And I'm just I'm a slut for movies about making movies. If you've ever watched the show Everything Sucks, it's like a show, but in the show they're making a show. I ate it up. It's so good. I just because I love film. I want to go into film. It's cool. It's my dream. So when I get to see background stuff and behind the scenes stuff, I eat it up. It's so fun. And then at the end, when the credits were playing, they were playing in screenplay format, which is super fun. And also they had behind the scenes stuff playing on the side. And I love behind the scenes stuff. I, as a kid, would search behind the scenes for enter said movie and just watch that a bunch. So the behind the scenes stuff. But I think the funniest part was the fact that even though, Ryan Reynolds looks a lot like Aaron Taylor Johnson in this movie, and he is a good stunt double, he's not obviously the stunt double because he's a A-list celebrity. So they had stunt doubles for Ryan Gosling. He had, I think, 2 stunt doubles, and they've been at premieres with him, and they're doing stunts for him, because, this movie was is it homage? Is that the word I'm looking for? Homage? Yeah. So, it was is it? Homage. Ooh. I'm not saying homage, to stunt doubles. So the stunt doubles are at a lot of the events and stuff. But Gosling, wrong Ryan. Ryan Gosling had 2 stunt doubles, and I'm pretty sure Aaron Taylor Johnson had 2 stunt doubles. So there were 6 dudes on set that looked almost identical to each other. That's hilarious to me. And also, they were all ripped. Everybody in this movie was mad fine. Not gonna lie. The stunts were really cool. And yeah, that's about all I have to say about it. It was a pretty mediocre movie. It's a movie that exists. And I think it would be hilarious if it didn't win the stunt category at the Oscars next year. So, yeah. That's about all I have to say today. I feel like we went from very black to white, talking about, well, I guess it was all a political episode, except one of was not joking politics and the other one was very joking politics. So, yeah, that's about all I have to say for today's episode. And yeah, I will try and get this out for you guys for tomorrow, Tuesday, and if not, expect it by Wednesday at the latest. And yeah, I love you guys. Thank you for listening. You guys are all super cool and awesome. And if you listen to my podcast, you're really hot. That's just, that's how it is. If you listen to this podcast, you're hot. people listen to Are You Sick of Me Yet podcast. So, you can find me on Instagram at areyousickofmeyet.pod, TikTok at areyousick.pod, and Are You Sick of Me Yet everywhere else. You guys are awesome. I will see you next week. Bye.